Hi there, I'm Monique, the Director of Diversity Models Modelling Agency in Australia. And right now, I'm about to do an interview at 7 a.m. on the 8th of September 2023 with NewsNation, America's fastest growing cable news network. Today, we're going to be covering hotbedding and why this topic is a hot topic right around the world. It's a concept where renters are actually choosing a more economic decision. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my interview with NewsNation in America.
All right, three, two. We've all been there. Young, broke, looking for a way to make some extra cash. And as we know, people always come up with resourceful ways to pay their bills. So we want to tell you about a latest method, renting out your bed, or actually really just half of it. It's a growing trend called hotbedding. So here's how it works. A person in need of cash can offer up their bed to a renter, and the agreements can vary. You can sleep in shifts, or you can choose to sleep right next to your renter. Now, monetary benefits aside, pretty obvious this can come with some risks, and there do need to be very clear boundaries. So here to explain, let's bring in Monique Jeremiah. She is a model turned entrepreneur who makes hundreds of extra bucks each month by renting out her bed. Monique, thank you so much for speaking with me. First of all, thank you for getting up so early because you're speaking to me from halfway across the world in Australia.
Yes.
So thank you. I saw this article and I said, I need to speak with her. How does hotbedding actually work in reality? Walk us through the process.
Sure. So hotbedding is a concept that I accidentally sort of came up with at the start of COVID because, as you know, COVID turned all of our lives down. And for myself, I was running an international education agency. So I was bringing students to Australia to study and to stay in accommodation. And so when COVID obviously crashed my business overnight and also my teaching career overnight, I thought, what can I do that combines my skills in real estate and property management, but also my ability to generate an income which is simple and fairly easy and doesn't require too much effort. And so that's how hotbedding was developed, and it actually works because it's the alternative for someone to renting a single room or renting a whole house. And it's also a concept where professionals such as entrepreneurs themselves may like to rent, say, half a hotel room as a way of staying economic while they're traveling.
All right. So Monique, how much money would you say that you have made at this point by doing this hotbedding?
On average, I would say probably about, well, for the person that I did it with in the testing phase, about $20,000 over 2 years, which is not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad for a little side hustle there. Something I'm concerned about here, Monique, not surprisingly, safety. Have you been in any situations that have made you concerned, and how do you make sure to prevent that?
Well, for myself, to prevent that, I think it's important that you do a police check, but you also really screen out the person, check over their social media, do your due diligence before you actually consider hotbedding, because it takes a certain person to be able to do hotbedding safely and also to sleep next to someone who is brand new to your life. So it's not a relationship situation, it's a complete business transaction. So it's ideal for international students, especially if they're coming from one country and coming together into the same country and they want to live economically and sleep economically. But it's also a great alternative if you are an entrepreneur and you are looking to stay temporarily somewhere and you don't want to sleep alone because traveling as a business person can be quite lonely. So why not share a hotel room, share a bed? Behind me is actually a hotel bed that I'm staying in right now, and keep your costs down and stay social.
Yes, and I want to make sure people, we are not talking about prostitution. We are
No,
talking about sleeping. You are
that's
really
it.
renting out that space to sleep. Monique, what about hygiene? Because not
Yes.
everyone has the same definition of cleanliness, as we know.
Absolutely. And I think when you're doing hotbedding, it's important to obviously lay down the rules early in the piece before someone pays you to stay in their bed with them. Having clean sheets is very important, making sure that hygiene's like smells and the room is good. You want to create the atmosphere that's welcoming for both yourself but also the hotbedder with you. So my advice is obviously to choose someone that is respectful, professional, maybe comes from the same culture and understands how you think. These are just general courtesy aspects which hotbedders need to take into account, both as the person providing the hotbedding but also the person that wants to stay as the hotbedder.
All right, my last question for you, Monique. Are you really able to get a good night's sleep with a stranger sleeping, snoring, doing whatever else next to you?
Personally, I can, because I run diversity models modelling agency here in Australia. So I'm mentally worn out most days, so I can sleep through the snoring. However, I think a concept that actually you could put if you were to do hotbedding is actually provide earplugs for yourself and also for the hotbedder, and that way you can guarantee that you are going to sleep soundly next to each other after a long day.
Well, I don't know, earplugs or not, I don't know that would guarantee it, but I have to say, Monique, Jeremiah, this has been my favorite interview so far of the day. Thank you so much for coming on and
so
talking
welcome.
to us about hotbedding. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me on News Nation. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.
That was great, Monique. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for getting up early, because I know it is early there. So thank you.
Oh, you're so
and
welcome.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you. That was really exciting.
All right, thanks, Monique.
Thank you. Thank you.